Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters, sisters and brothers. It's your brother Lahu Ramadan on the West Coast, brothers and sisters. To speak on that no one else is speaking on except the Injil warriors and the warrior queen and the messenger of the covenant. He who had lifted the seven seals that on the 22 books, 22 chapters of the book of Revelation to give us that revelation. That revelation is our new way of thinking, our new mind, and our new reality. And that will we will bring in a new vision, brothers and sisters. We won't be relying on a liar's vision, brothers and sisters. We won't be relying on a American dream. We won't be listening to those who are trying to lead us astray, even though they were put in a position or left in a position that's supposed to be leading us otherwise. And I'm speaking no other than the Nation of Islam under that lying son of a devil, Louis Eugene Brown, modern day Farrakhan. If anybody don't understand or know his scheme by now, and then you got your ears closed. You ain't read none of the books or the supreme wisdom that was left for you. You have nothing. You worse than the so-called Christian ministers and preachers, brothers and sisters, cause you preaching that same bullshit net. The people, how you going to be in the Nation of Islam and petitioning the government for reparation? How you going to be in the Nation of Islam and talking about you're going to have 6 and 7 states in the North American wilderness? If you talking that, brothers and sisters, you might as well take that uniform off because you're not representing the Nation of Islam. You're not representing Elijah Muhammad. You're not representing Master Farad Muhammad. And you definitely can't be representing the messenger of the covenant. That's that Abraham covenant, brothers and sisters. And if you don't know anything about that Abraham covenant, and then you're in the wrong position, brothers and sisters, you upside down and backwards. So the tomorrow is Sunday. So from the main headquarters, Mosque Marion, and throughout the nation, the in the North American wilderness, and however many miles as you have in the North American wilderness. If you're not speaking of the Abraham covenant, brothers and sisters, or the messenger of the covenant, who's been preaching for 32 years and pushing that information to us, and then you in the wrong business, brothers and sisters. You might as well go on down to the theologian school of our enemy, the European, the devil, and go take his class, the theologian class, and get your license as a Christian preacher. Because after Elijah Muhammad, nobody under the Nation of Islam has anything relevant to say. Because all y'all saying is other than the truth. And other than the truth is you're not talking and preparing the people to go home. Go home to that promised land that we was promised, brothers and sisters. Go home to that promised land that Master Farad Muhammad came to tell us that we had 91 years left of our sojourning in the North American wilderness. But we had to get that only place we can get that information from, brothers and sisters, is the messenger of the covenant. Once he lifted those seven seals off of those 22 chapters of the book of Revelation, he brought us our new mindset, our new way of thinking, brothers and sisters, that mathematical thinking, that same thinking that was left in the supreme wisdom, telling you the different measures, what's the size of the earth, how far the sun is from the earth, how how uh, how fast the earth spins. All these things are mathematical uh, language, brothers and sisters, and that's the language of the God. But that supreme wisdom in the books that Elijah left us, brothers and sisters, was to prepare us for the messenger of the covenant. And if you don't know him, go to waralert.org, register, and go through the process so you can learn. So we can learn, brother and sisters, and prepare for our trip home. But like I said, tomorrow is Sunday. We're going to see what those liars at the Nation of Islam. And I don't care if it's a main mosque, Mosque Marion, or any other mosque. If you're not saying nothing about the Abraham covenant, matter of fact, your whole lecture should be on the Abraham covenant, brothers and sisters. And if you're not talking about that, then you get the hell out the way. Get the hell out the way, brothers and sisters, because we are misleading the people. And the Christians, we already know they believe in the unseen, the falsehood of our natural born enemy, the devil. But with the revealing of the lifting of the seven seals, brothers and sisters, we got a brand new enemy, worser than the devil, brothers and sisters, and that's the devil's children. The devil's children, brothers and sisters. Demons. Demons is the devil's children. That European raping the black woman, or any non-black man going into that black woman, is creating a demon. Meaning they got the outer appearance of us. They might have our voice, might talk like us, but they ain't got that. They got that European version. They want to stay in America. They want to ask for reparation. They want to beg the Democratic Party, the Republican Party, or the Green Party. They want to know, are you voting? And they want to push whoever candidate that they voting for. They want to push them. The only candidate we can be pushing, brothers, in this day and time is the messenger of the covenant. The messenger of the covenant is the only game in town, brothers and sisters. And the Abraham covenant is that of which we have already been through. Them 400 years plus is up and over. So our time in the North American wilderness is over, brothers and sisters. And since the Levites, who have got deceived by that lying son of a devil, Farrakhan, we would have to go through tribulation, brothers and sisters. And that tribulation is the beginning of judgment on the North American wilderness. Brothers and sisters, go to waralert.org so you can start downloading the right information, downloading the correct information, so you can be in line to get your birthright, your reward, and walk into your promised land that we can make into a heaven. Everything that's happening along in the world today, brothers and sisters, got to do with that end of that Abraham covenant. And that war they say when Jerusalem is surrounded by armies like it is now, brothers and sisters, and the one who put Jerusalem in power, Gog and Magog, Britain and America, they gonna get kicked out. They gonna get kicked out of the heaven. What is what they call the so-called Middle East. And Jerusalem is going to get the so-called Jews are going to get annihilated, wiped off the planet for that false taking our identity. The House of Saud from India, they going to get kicked out of our land. America, who hold us captive in the North American wilderness and got us caught up into a gravitational vortex. Everything that hold us here and got us held and locked in, it's going to get annihilated, brothers and sisters. So therefore, we won't have anything to hold us here. And then we'll start understanding and start accepting what the revelations, the gospel, and the seven seals that had it locked down for the last 571 years. So tomorrow, brothers and sisters, we'll see what the Nation of Islam got to say. And if they don't start off that lecture after that prayer, speaking of the Abraham covenant, turn it off. It'll be useless. We already know the Christian ministers ain't going to be talking about the Abraham covenant because they on that false dream. They on that American dream, that false reality. Talking about a pie in the sky when you die. When, like I said, you know damn well when you die, you call up the mortuary, go down there and pay them, and then all your family meet at the gravesite. You done brought a casket. You got your so-called loved one in it. And after the ceremony, after that lying preacher get up there and lie to you some more, like you're going to do tomorrow morning, and then you drop that casket in that 6-foot hole. That mansion with many rooms in it that the God of this world got for you. It ain't up in heaven. It's right down in the earth, brothers and sisters. So I'm your brother, Elihu Ramadan. Let's see what tomorrow, Sunday, bring. Let's see what them lying sons of, who's under that lying son of a devil, Louis Eugene Brown, who allowed all the demons into the mosque and got the Levites in the mosque speaking that bullshit, that speaking that Christianity, that false reality. We'll see tomorrow. As I came before you, so shall I leave you in the peaceful greetings of Assalamu Alaikum.